Morning, everyone. Welcome to another session of Sequoia Q&A. From time to time, we collect a lot of questions from our agents and from our clients, and we put them into a video like this for everybody to reference to. So without further ado, let's dive into the questions that we have for this time. Dimitri is asking where to find forms or applications in the back office. No, you do not find applications in the back office. So the process would be after you fill out a scenario, depending on which type of loan we are talking about. Once you submit a scenario form to us, we evaluate the project and we will respond to you as the loan consultant and the clients with a list of documentations, which including the applications that we need. So there's nothing for you to look for in the back office. All you have to do just to submit the scenario form. So along with that, Deborah is also asking what happened after you submit a scenario form. What do you need to do? So you don't need to do much. After you receive the scenario form, which means that someone used your webpage, submit a loan request. So every time when a client do that, you as the loan consultant will receive an email. So do we in the back office. And once we receive that, we will start. There are a few things that we will start to do. Number one, we might start to pricing the loan immediately if we understand what they're trying to do. So, for example, if they're applying for a 1 to 4 unit investment property, that is pretty straightforward. We can price the loan immediately. Or the second thing is that we will send out a list of documentation. So, for example, if the client is asking for working capitals, equipment loans, so on and so forth, we will ask the clients to provide financials or invoices for that particular loans that he's applying for. So in that case, you will also receive an email from us also. And if you would, which is your job, to help us to follow up with your client. Doesn't hurt to give them a call, let them know that you are the loan consultant. You will help them out throughout the process. And at least that's a human touch right there. Right. So I would think that a lot of these clients that come through your website, you don't know them, they don't know you, they just want to try things out. But if there's an actual person that can call them, that will make them feel more comfortable, and the credibility is there. Yes, definitely we would like to ask you to follow up with the client, but on our end, every time when we receive a scenario, once we send things out to them, we normally wait for 24 hours to 48 hours. If we still do not see any response from the client, our support team is going to reach out to the client and you to either ask you to help or contact the client directly. So again, as a loan consultant, it's very important for you to communicate with your client. And that's how you build your business as well. Okay. So let's move on. Derek and Donald asking a question very similar. Besides of the United States, can you do other businesses outside of the country? The short answer is yes. The long answer is really depend, because anytime when we do loans outside of the country, the loan amount got to make sense. It does not matter if you're in Virgin Island or Africa or Europe, whatever that might be. The loan amount we're talking about at least in the tens of millions of dollars, depending on which country we're talking about. So, for example, if you're talking about Canada, we can go as low as 10 million. But if you're talking about Africa or some other places, we are talking about at least $50 million and above. So outside the country, yes, it sounds good. It sounds exotic. But again, the reality to close that type of deal, it's very difficult and also takes a long time to do. So again, if you have one, we can definitely take a look at it, but don't bet on it. My suggestion to everybody is just still focusing here in the United States. There's a lot of business to make right here. Faith asked 2 questions. Number one, is there a down payment for multifamily and other products? Yes, absolutely. It does require a down payment for business loan. There's no such thing as 3% down, 5% down, or 100% loan. It just doesn't exist. But however, we might be able to structure a deal that looks like 100% loan. So for example, let's say somebody purchasing a multifamily, let's say the value is $1 million, and we quoted him 70% LTV, which is we can fund $700,000. He needs to put down $300,000. But however, let's say if this person has other collaterals, other real estates, then we can tap into other real estates to take out the $300,000 as the down payment. So looks like that client does not need to put down any down payment, but in reality, that's how we put the deal together. So yes, it does require some sort of down payment. So a person doesn't have a company, can he or she still apply for a loan? If somebody does not have a company, the only type of loan that he or she can qualify for, it's a gap funding. That is the only personal loans that we have. That does not require a person to have an LLC. Other than that, pretty much all other loans, we do require the person to have an LLC. So set up an LLC, and you can set up an LLC and apply for any type of real estate loan right away. So for example, if you want to do a fix and flip or 1 to 4 unit or purchasing an apartment building, whatever that might be, set up an LLC. We do not need that LLC to have any history to purchase a real estate. They can set up an LLC today and use that to fund the property tomorrow. But however, if you're talking about working capital, business loans, yes, in that case, then definitely we do need to have the LLC to be in business for a period of time, depending on what type of loans. Okay, so that is for those 2 questions. Paul asking, how long does it take to close a fix and flip loan? It really depending on, it could be fix and flip loan, could be 1 to 4 unit, could be anything else, right? So the reality is that it's not about us as a lender or broker, how fast we can close the deal. Has a lot to do with how fast the client provide documentations to us, how fast we can get the appraisal done, how fast the title company can get the title work to us, so on and so forth. So if you're talking about fix and flip, normally I would say between 3 to 4 weeks. Sometimes we can do a little bit faster if we know that client already, or if that client came to us many times. We know that client pretty well, we can definitely close much quicker. But if the client just come to us the first time, then obviously it take a little bit longer. But if you're talking about hard money, you're talking about bridge loan, and in some cases we can close as fast as like 5 business days or even 7 business days. But those are hard money, meaning that the client do not care about the income, does not care about the appraisal, so on and so forth. So as long as they like the property, the number makes sense, then they can fund it. So again, it really depending on the type of property. But if talking about fix and flip, normally between 3 to 4 weeks. So Alicia is asking, hey, what is the best way to market Sequoia product? And also Eric asking the same thing, saying that he's new in the business. What is the best way to market themselves? Now, the best way that I always said is that don't go out there to just look for clients. It will be quite frustrating, put it this way, if you're just focusing on look for clients, just because a lot of the client out there shopping around. You give them a quote, they might not, come with you. They might use your quote to go somewhere else to shop around. So if you want to know how to build your business, there is a video in YouTube that that I share exactly how do you build your business. So go reference to the YouTube channel, okay? But in here, I want to share with you is that mainly when we started the business, we mainly focusing to market our business to 4 type of people: realtors, insurance agents, loan officers, and CPAs, because these 4 type of people, they already have business, they already have a book of business, they already have clients that might already need commercial lending, and yet they don't know where to go. So if you go talk to them about your service, and I bet you can have a partner that will continuously refer your business. So what you would like to do is to look for referral partners. So where do you market yourself? I would suggest you to market through organization like BNI. Definitely join BNI network. Any real estate associations, talk to different type of brokers, investment club, things like this, where people are actually doing business. And also Chamber of Commerce is definitely a very good ways to do it as well. So that is what I would suggest you to do. The next one, it's do we do hot money? Yes, absolutely. We have a lot of hot money that we can do. Hot money, bridge loans, so on and so forth. Yes, definitely we do. So another question is that what is the various different type of rate for products such as construction, working capital, etc., etc. So, Cheryl, there's another video that I've done. It's called Commercial Basic. I would suggest you to watch the video that I talked about. How do you price a loan? What is the most important? So, in the commercial world, the most important thing about interest rate is the risk of that project. The higher the risk, the higher the interest rate. So again, if you're talking about 1 to 4 units, obviously it's market rate right now somewhere between 8.5%, 9%. The prime rate is already at 8.5%. If you're talking about construction loan, that has a lot to do with the builder. I mean, the experience, how many ground up construction have they done in the last 36 months? Obviously, the more they have done, the better the rate and term would be. The less that they have done, sometimes they're not even able to get a loan, right? So again, I would suggest you to review that the video on YouTube. Can we fund RV park? Yes, absolutely. We can fund RV park, and we do have direct lender. And as a matter of fact, RV parks, lands, mobile home, things like that, we do have direct lenders for them. But again, the number just got to make sense. If a RV park is out there not generating any income, it would be much more difficult to get a loan versus if an RV park, you're renting it out on a regular basis, you have a T12, you have a rent roll that show that the RV park is actually generating income. Yeah, we can definitely fund that. Okay. Dave asking, what product would a person can apply for if he has a bankruptcy, a BK7, Chapter 7. So is somebody, sorry about that. If somebody is in Chapter 7 or in bankruptcy, a file bankruptcy, it depending on the project. As a matter of fact, we are working on a few deals that it's client is filed Chapter 7, Chapter 11, Chapter 13, whatever that might be. So it depending on the project. So give you an example, we have a client out here in New York. She has acquired a few of property out there. The total value of the property worth about $35 million. He only owes a bank about $10 million. And for some reason, she got herself into trouble and filed bankruptcy. And right now we need to restructure the deal for that particular client. So again, we are working on it. There are lender out there that specialize in foreclosure bailed out. And again, as long as the number makes sense, we can definitely help them out. Now, if a client already filed BK and out of BK, meaning that they already, gone through the bankruptcies, and now they're out here to try to buy property again, then the only type of loans that he can qualify for is real estate, bridge loan. Our maximum LTV is about 50%. He has to put down 50%. So in that case, those are the type of loans that we can fund. Working capital, most likely you cannot get any funding for working capital if you just file BK. Okay, it got to be real estate related. Next one, where can I find marketing materials such as letters for real estate agents, so on and so forth? Damon, any marketing material, please send an email to support@seclending.com or marketing@seclending.com. You can find the email at the bottom of your webpage. Ask them for it, and they can show you all kind of marketing material, letters, so on and so forth. And by the way, we also post that to our Facebook page. If you're not connected to us on Facebook, please do connect with us. And also, we do email it to all active members. So again, if you are active with your account, you will receive email from us. Okay. So again, that is for marketing materials. So utilize our support team. How do we check status for our clients and agents? Again, same thing. Go to support, ask for support, and the support is going to be able to help you out. Client credit score is 550, but have experience and other collaterals. Can he get funded? Yes, he can get funded. And again, I mentioned it to you that just like the person that filed the BK bankruptcy, right? As long as they have collateral, the number makes sense, we can still get funded. But again, it's very based on case-by-case basis. So I think that's all the questions that we have for this episode. Again, thank you so much for asking all these questions. Please bring them in. But again, all these a video is going to be posted to our YouTube channel. So until next time, thank you, everyone. See you next time.